Anthony, or more known as the Survivor, is probably one of the most interesting and mysterious characters in the Butchery. Today I will be talking and going into very, very deep detail on his lore, little facts about him, and overall more little tiny things that are incredibly niche and don't really have their own little section, so we have to put them in their own little subsection. Anyway, Survivor is first seen after defeating Pigothy and the rodeo, and, getting a laundry key, where he is seen holding a broom ready to defend himself. Although this would be a horrible defense because Jackson does have a cleaver, it is the thought that counts after all. Upon realizing that we are not the brothers that he wants to kill, he immediately puts down his guard and sets down the broom, which, he probably shouldn't have done in my opinion, but then he explains to us that we need to get the garden key to get out of the house before Jackson barges in through the door like the asshole he is, interrupting Anthony mid-dialogue. After listening to Jackson ramble, and William too sometimes, William notices Anthony and signals Jackson to cut off Anthony's hand as he is trying to get the garden key. Anthony, shook, looks away at his bloody stump of where his hand used to be, and screams very loudly, might I say, before running off around the corner. We can presume because of where he went, the brothers chased him into the basement and left him there. This could also mean that the brothers picked him up and threw him down the basement stairs, or just simply chased him down there and he got stuck himself. We cannot be certain. Later on, after we fight a couple of cows and go through the brothers' old playroom and the weapon room, we can see a little living room with a TV. As we enter the room, the TV flickers on and Anthony is on the screen. He tells us that he is in the basement and that something is down there with him. Terrified for his life, he hears a noise, looks to the side, and tries reasoning with the creature. This is all in vain, though, as the camera feed cuts out as he screams, presumably getting attacked. We then make our way down into the basement. After grabbing the flashlight on the table, we make our way past the boilers and down the hallway, where we see a familiar face. None other than Anthony, who is scared. Although he just came around the corner, which means that he was being chased by the jockey, he seems awfully calm with seeing us, even though that he scared the crap out of us. Completely forgetting that the jockey exists for a couple of seconds, he continues to monologue to us, telling us how he needs to find the key, but it's hard with only one hand. He tells us to make a promise that if he doesn't make it out of there, we'll make the brothers pay for what they've done to him. As we make the promise, the jockey comes around the corner, realizing that its dinner was just sitting there, and it stopped running away. The jockey then proceeds to bite down onto Anthony's head, crushing it. This is actually accurate to the real world too, as horses have a bite pressure of around 300 psi, and it only takes 200 psi to crush a human skull. After losing the jockey, you can go back over to Anthony's corpse and inspect it, where it'll tell you, poor dude, I'll make them pay. You can also pick up his hat. This does literally nothing, but it's adorable, and I will always do it. After shooting the jockey dead with the shotgun that you get with the centipede key, it will proceed to throw up Anthony's hand. How this thing was not digested, I have no idea. I am not the creator of the game. You can take the hand with you, which also doubles as the garden key. Even though that you don't need it afterwards, I still recommend to keep it, as it is a nice way to memorize Anthony. Anthony is only mentioned one more time in the game, and that's being in the barn where Jackson is monologuing. He mentions how his feet hurts because he was chasing that damn baseball hat guy around all day. This makes all of the canon appearances of Anthony and references to in the main game. I can now get on to the fun stuff in the trivia. Anthony's full name is Anthony Miller. He does not have a middle name, despite what some people might say, mainly because the people that decided to give him the middle name are total freaking creeps, naming him after a horrible, horrible person that has done acts like I can't even mention. Therefore, he has no middle name. It is just Anthony Miller. Also, why are we naming characters' middle names after literal creeps? That's so weird. I'm sorry. You're weird. You're weird. So far, he has no family. No, the brothers do not count. He is a kidnapped victim, nothing else. This leads me to the second thing. No, he does not have romantic desires towards the brothers whatsoever, because in his wiki, and confirmed by the creator of the game, Anthony hates them. So no, in no way, shape, or form would any ship between Anthony and the brothers work. The only canonical interaction Anthony has with Jackson, as aforementioned, is Jackson mutilating him by cutting off his hand. I'm sorry, but that's not love as far as I'm concerned. Also, the brothers are canonically homophobic and transphobic, and because of Anthony being something that I'm about to say, this can also not work. And yes, this would count as a dark ship because it's an abuser ex-victim, and I'm sorry if that kind of breaks your view of them, but it is true. Anthony is a 23-year-old white man. His skin color is actually different than what you see in game because the creator of the game is actually colorblind. That is why Anthony looks more yellowish. According to the creator of the game, Anthony most likely worked at a pizza place. I do use this in my OC, and they work at the same one, but that's really not important. Anthony most likely played baseball or at least enjoyed watching it, making Anthony more like an athletic jock type of person. Anthony is canonically a stoner. I may have had a play in this for it becoming canon, but regardless, it is still canon. Anthony is canonically bisexual, which, considering the time that the butchery takes place in, it's very dangerous for this poor guy. Rest in peace, man. Another fun fact is that Anthony was originally never supposed to be in the game. He was added in last moment, along with William. This is actually a very, very niche fact, too, because it really wasn't publicly said. Before Chapter 3 came out, Anthony's hand was nailed to the basement door, kind of like an intimidation thingy, so that you wouldn't go into the basement, but, our character's not the smartest tool. Anthony's type is a dumb blonde, kind of like my OC Finn. I'm sorry for continuously bringing up my OC, I just love him. No one knows why he says dude so much, but it's most likely because of nerves. He could be completely different outside of the farm. The creator of the game has stated that Anthony is high the entire game after all. In the final chase scene, all of your weapons and most items are taken away, except for a couple of items. This includes the garden key and Anthony's hat, if you have collected them. This is just a cute random fact. Don't take this as a fact, but I think the creator of the game has confirmed that Anthony has a buzz cut and is not bald. The reason that he doesn't have hair in the game is because it would have clipped through his hat, of course, because of Roblox's collision. Anthony has a total of 7 voice cracks throughout the entire game. They are very, very hard to hear, but you can definitely hear them if you listen really closely. 3 of them happen when you first meet him. 2 of them happen on the TV, and the other 2 are in the basement. I take this as like a little headcanon that when he's terrified, so his voice cracks. Anthony is the reason that the game got taken down for a little bit because of his bloody stump being visible on the TV. On top of this, there used to be a glitch where Anthony would skip dialogue when walking into that room.
There's something down here with me. And dude, I think it has a key.
And dude, I think it has the key. You gotta help me, dude. And quick.
What the fuck?
I don't know how this was happening, but I think it was mainly because of Roblox's code breaking at the time. There is a glitch that you can do with Anthony's hand that duplicates it. It is incredibly hard to do, but I have screenshots as proof of this. It literally does nothing for the game, and it's just stupid fun. You can also do this with his hat. Anthony is the only character, as far as I know, who has a higher chance of his clothes not rendering in, making him, basically this is probably a rendering issue with Roblox's behalf, though. Anthony has blue eyes, specifically sky blue eyes. There used to be a theory that Anthony was writing notes and leaving them for the players as he was running away from the brothers. This, however, is incredibly stupid, because if he was being chased by the brothers, he wouldn't have time to grab a pencil and paper and just start writing down his thoughts. No, he wouldn't be like,
Dear Diary, the brothers are chasing me down again, man. I gotta get out of here. But did you know that if you press C on your controller, you can open up the inventory?
Or something like that. The shirt that Anthony wears underneath his jacket is most likely a black tank top or a black t-shirt. This also can't be proven because, the original is just a jacket. There's a very stupid glitch that you can do with Anthony where you can shoot him with the pistol. This has been patched, but it was funny when it was in the game. Anthony is by far the most hated character in the entire fandom. Reasons such as people not liking his voice or his appearance or just simply just his actions in the game. But the most reasonable one would be him being wasted potential. He definitely was wasted potential, and that was mainly because he was used as a plot device to move the story forward. Chubby, or the creator of the game, could have done a lot more with him. But then again, he is also one man making the game, so cut him some slack. Anthony, a college student, just trying to pay off his loans, is doing his job as a pizza delivery man. He goes to deliver pizza to this one certain house that's on a hill, way out of the countryside. He drives up the hill, going to deliver said pizza, when he comes face to face with William, who knocks him out and drags him out into the garden. He spends his time in the garden trying to find a way out to escape. When he can't, he walks onto the porch. When he walks onto the porch, he notices that it was blocked off behind him, most likely because it was set up as a trap. The brothers then psychologically torment Anthony by making him think that they're going to kill him every 10 seconds just to play with him some more. Anthony, on guard all the time, holds up his broom, probably not even noticing the brothers bring in another victim at the time. Once we meet him, it plays out the exact same way. The only other way that I can think about a way that Anthony could have gotten onto the farm is him breaking into the farm, hopping over a fence, but I don't think he would be that stupid enough to. Sure, he's a college guy, so he could be a frat bro. I doubt he would do that. The reason he was high is most likely because he just needed some way to take his mind off of work. Doing this gave him the opportunity he needed. Also, that basement is really, really hot, at least 160 degrees Fahrenheit, just because of where they live and the humidity of everything and the boilers going on at the same time. Poor Anthony, dude. He deserves so much better. This wraps up basically the entire analysis of Anthony in the retrospective. For the retrospective, he is actually very, very underwritten, but that is also because he was last minute, so it is completely fine. Other than that, I'm really, really glad that this man is added to the game. Bye bye.